Funny idioms in English. Cat's eyes. Reflectors fixed on the roads. For example, cat's eyes help drivers keep their lane on motorways during night time. During motorway road works, temporary cat's eyes are often used to divide traffic moving in the opposite directions. Play cat and mouse. To tease, trifle, or confuse someone. For example, the bicycle thieves are playing cat and mouse with the police. The singer has been playing cat and mouse with the press all week. Be dead meat. To be in big trouble. That he missed all his classes last week. Brian will be dead meat if his girlfriend finds out that he lost her ring. Love rat. A man who has been unfaithful to his regular partner. For example, he had a love affairs with other women while still being married to her. What a love rat he is. When the popular footballer's extramarital affairs were revealed, his career came crashing down. The press called him a love rat, and his image took a huge beating with the public. A bird's eye view. A view of something seen from above. For example, from the top of the tower, you can see a bird's eye view of the whole city spread out below. I love hiking up remote mountains because you get to see a beautiful bird's eye view from the top. Have eyes in the back of one's head. To be able to see what is going on even when others might think it's impossible. For example, my mom had eyes in the back of her head. I never got away with anything when I was young. We have to be extra careful at work now. The new boss has eyes in the back of his head. Have eyes bigger than your stomach. Desire to have more food than you can eat. For example, my eyes are always bigger than my stomach when I go to all-you-can-eat buffets. I remember one crazy night when my best friend had eyes bigger than her stomach. She ordered more than 8 different meals. A feast for the eyes. Any especially attractive or remarkable sight or visual experience. For example, the new movie has such lush cinematography that it is truly a feast for the eyes. James emerged from the tailor in a brand new designer suit, and I thought he was a feast for the eyes. Drink like a fish. To frequently drink an excessive amount of alcohol. For example, did you really have to drink like a fish at my office party last night? I'm so embarrassed to go back to work on Monday. Jessica scolded her boyfriend. I'm worried about Paul, Amber told her mother. I discovered nearly 300 beer cans under his bed. That means he's been drinking like a fish again. Cat burglar. A thief who climbs up walls to enter building. For example, the cat burglar got his arm fractured when he fell down from the top of the wall last night. He was sleeping downstairs when the cat burglar stole all her money from upstairs. Rain cats and dogs. it rained heavily. For example, we couldn't play our match as it rained cats and dogs the whole week. After a hot, dry week, it suddenly started to rain cats and dogs. Apple of one's eye. Someone or something that's very important to someone. For example, I know I shouldn't pick favorites, but all of my grandchildren, my first granddaughter is the apple of my eye, Nancy told her best friend. As you can say, George does a lot of gardening and those roses are the apple of his eye. Cupboard love. Insincere affection inspired by a selfish or greedy motive. For example, it was just cupboard love between Joanna and Michael, and all she wanted was his money, big mansion, and the lifestyle that went along with them. Now that he isn't left with anything, she's looking for her next victim. In his regular display of cupboard love, the child jumped into her lap and kissed her cheek as soon as she brought out the new toy he had been asking for. One's eyes are popping out of one's head. They show surprise or extreme interest in what one is looking at. For example, Michael's eyes are practically popping out of his head when he saw that his parents had bought him a car for his 21st birthday. Olivia's eyes were popping out of her head when her favorite actor just casually walked past. Dead easy. Very simple or easy. For example, the driving test was dead easy, just as expected. Sally found it dead easy to replace the batteries of her torch. Puppy love. Intense but shallow and fleeting romantic attachment to someone or something is generally associated with adolescence. For example, when Karen was young, she fell in love with Bob and was convinced he'd marry him, but now she realizes it was just puppy love and they've both moved on. One of my best friends had his first love affair when he was just 12. It was just puppy love, but at the time he was sure he'd found his soulmate and it lasts forever. Broken heart. A feeling of extreme grief and sorrow, usually caused by the death of a loved one or the ending of a relationship. For example, he died just 3 days after his wife. Everyone said he had died of a broken heart. Louis said he didn't love me anymore and ended our relationship. I've been trying to mend my broken heart since. Cat got your tongue? A phrase used when irritated to ask someone why they're not talking. For example, when Mary didn't answer any question for 10 minutes, the director said to her, "Cat got your tongue." What's the matter? Has the cat got your tongue? One's heart melts. To suddenly be filled with love, sympathy, or compassion for someone. For example, when he saw the tiny newborn kitten for the first time, his heart melted. Every time my little girl calls me Mummy, My heart melts. Deadpan, a person or face or manner showing no expression. For example, Harry is known for telling jokes in his deadpan manner. The director made the entire speech in a deadpan voice. Be the cat's whiskers. To be better than others. For example, she thought her blue silk saree was the cat's whiskers. He used to think he was the cat's whiskers because he got a place at Cambridge University. Someone needs something like or about as much as a fish needs a bicycle. Something that someone doesn't need at all. For example, when Ethan offered to buy his mum the newest model of the smartphone she was using, she told him, "My phone works perfectly fine and does all I want it to do. I need a new smartphone about as much as a fish needs a bicycle." It's the middle of winter right now. I needed sun cream like a fish needs a bicycle. Will you please stop wasting our money? Gavin said to his wife. Pour one's heart out, to express one's innermost thoughts and feelings to someone else. For example, I thought she was my friend and I could trust her. But when I poured my heart out to her, she went and told all her friends. After her breakup, she rang the mum and spent hours pouring her heart out to her. Calf love. Transitory infatuation of a young person with another person. For example, they do make a very cute couple, but do you think they would really last together, or is it just calf love? As they were so young, everybody thought it was just calf love. Fishwife. Pejorative phrase meaning a loud, vulgar, unpleasant woman with coarse manners. For example, she cursed like a fishwife at the man who had just bumped into her. They quarreled like fishwives throughout their defamation case, even in the courtroom. A heavy heart, feeling melancholic. For example, with a heavy heart, she boarded her flight home. Ian left the house he had grown up in with a heavy heart. Like a cat that got the cream, very much pleased with oneself. For example, after winning the first position, Joseph spent the whole evening like a cat that got the cream. Harry looked like the cat that got the cream when he was selected for the football team.